Hi, I'm Linda Kordich. I'm Jay's wife, and today we're going to talk about the Tribest Slowstar juicer and why we like it so much. It's probably our favorite slow juicer that we've really operated in many, many years, and you're going to find out the reason why in just a minute. And since Jay and I collectively have over 100 years of experience with juicers and juicing and teaching juicing, I feel really confident when I share information with you about specific juicers that we choose. But these slow juicers are a little complicated, they're a little tricky, they're not really for the first time user unless you're the kind of person that really wants to drill down and focus in on all the little intricacies involved in slow juicing, because there's several parts. It's not like a fast juicer where you only have 2 or 3 parts. This has many parts to it, but you also will get a really tremendous yield of juice, and you will also have versatility with this juicer, with juicing anything you want. So I want to show you first all the parts to this Slowstar juicer. Now, just because there's a lot of juicers that look like this does not mean that they all operate the same, because they don't. Okay, we've had every single slow juicer imaginable in the last 6-7 years. Okay, so first of all, in order to take the lid off of this, if you just twist and pull, and this is the lid, this is the plunger. So here's the second part. You just lift up. And this is actually, believe it or not, this is the grinding tool. This is what some people call the auger. And here's your other part. This is your straining basket. And let me tell you something. What makes the Slowstar juicer so good is because their juice has minimal pulp. We found that the Slowstar juicer has the least amount of pulp, and the reason why is I figured it out. This little straining basket right here has very small holes in it. They're bigger here, smaller here, and this is where the magic is, okay? Now, here's that piece. This is the part that goes around and around and around to swish the juice back. And this little part right here, which comes off really easy, is your actual juice bowl. And has 2 outlets. This is where the pulp comes out, and this is something else that the Tribest company did, which we really like. You see this little cut, this little opening here where it's round? This is really important because most other slow juicers do not have this. They look like this, and what happens is the pulp backs up, backs up, backs up, and when the pulp backs up, you might as well just stop the juicer and clean it out, because you're not going to get good quality juice, and all of the juice is going to get stuck inside the auger, okay? But this juicer doesn't do that. We love it for that, okay? So here we go. We're going to put this piece right back in. This is your bowl. It snaps in just like that. Next comes this little piece here. This is the part that swishes the juice all the way around and pushes the pulp out and pushes the juice out into this spout right here, okay? That can just be dropped in anywhere. It doesn't have to be any special place. But this straining basket, this has to be put in exactly the right way, otherwise it won't work, okay? Now you see this little white dot here, and there's another little white dot here. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there is another dot, all right? We want to put this straining basket in here and line it up perfectly right under this other dot. Okay, now we're set. Next thing we want to do is we want to put the auger into the juicer. I want to put it in here like this. Just drop it in and snap it in. All right. Now the last piece is the lid. This lid has to snap in, twist and snap in, but it's really easy to do. You just sort of hear that and snap it in. And last but not least is the little pusher, okay? And this hole is really big. It's bigger than the circumference of this actual pusher. It's very large, so you don't have to worry about cutting your greens or your produce up in little small pieces, okay? So there we go. See that? Now we're ready to juice. Oh yes, and there's another part to this juicer that's really fantastic, and it gives you the ability to make smoothies and ices and all kinds of really wonderful things. I mean, this juicer just has it all. We're gonna make my favorite green juice, all right? This is really, really a good juice for, you know, like after you work out or before you work out, because we're combining celery with cucumber. And boy, if you ever wanna get rid of the bloat in your body, or you wanna work out really hard, you combine those 2 together, you got it made, especially when you add the dark leafy greens. And what I want you to notice about this juicer is the juice is going to come out this spout and the pulp is coming out this. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with fresh mint, one of our favorites. It's summertime right now, and this is the perfect time to be using mint. Oh my gosh, I wish you were here so you can smell it. So we just go ahead and put it into the Slowstar like this, and it will just basically grab it. I hardly ever have to push. So the way we juice with the Slowstar is we do a little bit of leafy greens, and then we do a little bit of celery or parsley just to flush it through, give it a nice ability to grab the greens, juice the greens, and flush it through. We do the same thing with fast juicers too. So we're going to do celery, and we noticed that with the Slowstar juicer, it does a really good job with celery, and I haven't found that to be true in any of the other slow juicers. I mean, not that I want to criticize them, but our job is to help inform and enlighten you, because these juicers can be very expensive. You don't want to make a mistake. And one thing I noticed with some companies is they'll show a demonstration for a juicer, but they'll only use one product. You know, like carrots, for example, little baby carrots. I don't understand why they do that, because it's not giving you a really good example of how these juicers work effectively on all kinds of different kinds of, you know, juicing, whether it's fruit or whether it's dark leafy greens or whether it's celery or even limes and lemons. Okay, so here's our parsley. You notice I'm really picking up a generous amount, and I'm just going to feed it through here. And now I'm going to use a little lime. And this is what really makes green juice taste good. If you have a husband or a spouse that does not like dark leafy green juices, the key is to add ginger, apples, and citrus like limes or lemons. Where we're going to put a little bit of ginger root in here now, just like that. See how beautiful that is? You see how dark it's coming out? Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of cucumber now through this, because we just did a little parsley. And now we're going to do our spinach. This is fantastic. When you combine dark leafy greens like this together, they work more in harmony. They work synergistically together. So here's our celery. You see how well it works? None of this is backing up. This is all sucking it in. It's coming through. You can see this is absolutely bone dry. I mean, this is like, this is absolutely bone dry. You could not squeeze a drop of juice out of this if you tried. I have a little zucchini in here too. And by the way, if you've never juiced zucchini, you are in for a treat, because zucchini kind of makes your juice a little thick, a little creamier than anything I've used before. The celery can dilute the juice, and cucumber can dilute the juice, but zucchini has a way of making the juice taste nice and creamy. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with my apple and the last of our cucumber. And right now I'd say we've made probably close to a liter of juice. And with the Slowstar, you don't really want to push too hard, because, you know, it sort of interrupts the natural flow the way this juicer is designed. But a little push is good. Now, have you noticed? Man, I tell you, this pulp is coming out so dry. Loving this juicer. This is our favorite juicer. So it looks like we're done. I'm going to get my hubby in here. Jay, are you around? Hey, honey. Thank you for coming. I made you some really special green juice. It's my favorite green drink. I'm going to give you this really terrific, super sweet, super delicious, dark, leafy
looks
green,
great.
Highly alkaline juice, okay? Here you go. This is for you, and this is for me.
Oh, that's
Maybe we
great.
can take a little walk later.
Oh, yeah.
With all the energy we're going to get from this drink.
We'll go to the park and walk.
Oh, would you do that with me?
Oh, sure.
Oh, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Okay. Here's to my love for you.
This
my
is
dedication.
to our health,
yes,
and to our love.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. See, thank you.
Made great juice.
Thanks,
All right,
honey.
here we go.
Bye.